Hello there everybody, welcome back to Team Pokemon. My name is Tal and today I have my Archie's Blastoise deck. If you don't know, this deck won the World Championship not too long ago, and this is my take on the deck, so let's get right into it. The main idea is to get Blastoise into the discard pile and get him back with Archie's Ace in the hole. Blastoise here has the ability Deluge that lets you attach as many water energies in your turn to your Pokemon as you would like, which is very good. It's a really strong ability. It saw a lot of plays back in the day with Keldeo and with Black Kyurem. Just a really solid card and and with an amazing artwork. I love this artwork. So that's Blastoise. He also has the attack Hydro Pump, which is not bad and can actually help in a Pyro matchup. Okay, so you run two Blastoise, then your main attacker Keldeo EX with the rush in ability lets you rush in and switch your Pokemon freely. If you have a Float Stone on him, also he has the attack Sacred Sword, which is your main way to deal damage, which does 50 damage and 20 more for each water energy attached to him. So the main idea is to just attach tons of energies to Keldeo EX and knock out everything. Then as support attackers I have one Lugia EX, just a very solid card. I chose him over Mewtwo EX because he has this second attack which is very nice as well. Deep Hurricane is really good. Then I have one Kyurem, really good in the Night March matchup, lets you snipe those Jolteon off the bench, and is also useful if you can't one-shot something and then you want to snipe it from the bench. Then Regice, a really solid water type right now. Is really good against all EXs. I mean, it's pretty much Hippowdon in a basic Pokemon with Resistance Blizzard. That's it for your attackers. Then you run two Shaymins and two Jirachis just to get your setup going and try to get the Blastoise on the first turn. Then you run the two Executes because you run a lot of discarding cards in here like Ultra Balls and Superior Energy Retrievals. So they really help you with setting up, I guess. Then your supporter line is pretty small because you want to get your Archie as your last card in the hand, and if you have supporters you can't activate two of them in one turn, so you need to have a small supporter line. You want the two Juniper, one N, one Lysander, and the two Archie's Ace in the hole. Then for your item line, a lot of speed items. You have the 4 VS Seekers just to get your supporters back, 4 Battle Compressor, working with discarding the Blastoise and Archie into the discard pile, and even Executes and energies for the Superior Energy Retrieval that you ran. It helps you to shorten your hand and get you back your energies. You have 4 Acrobikes and 4 Trainer's Mail for extra speed. You have your 4 Ultra Balls to search up your Pokemon and shorten your hand. And you have your 1 Float Stone just to attach it into a Keldeo and have the free retreat. Then your Muscle Band in case you need a little bit of extra damage. That's it. Okay, so we have your Computer Search. This is your S-Pack, the fastest S-Pack in the game and the best in my opinion. For the stadiums I ran 2 Rough Seas, really good just to heal your Pokemon up. You don't want to run too many of them because you don't want them stuck in your hand. And then 11 Water Energies. It's a solid number, it usually is enough, so let's get right into the game and see how it works. Alright, here we go. You can see Psychic, Dark and Colorless. Maybe a Yveltal deck with Hoopa. I guess that's a possibility. I will go first. And we start with an Execute. Wow, that's not fun. But even though we start with an Execute, our hand is still really good. You can probably get the Blastoise going on the first turn, which is very nice. Now let's see how we're going to do it. We're gonna discard the Lysander and the Blastoise with a Computer Search. Searching for, let's see, do I have a Jirachi here? I do have a Jirachi here. So what I can do is search for the Battle Compressor. And yes, that should do. Okay, I'll search for a Battle Compressor, I'll use the Battle Compressor, discard the other Blastoise. Let's see, where is the Archie? I saw it when I looked in the deck, there it is. And do I have my second Execute here? I do have my second Execute. I'll discard it as well. Then I'll use the Ultra Ball, discard 2 energies, search for the Keldeo, lay down the Keldeo, use the VS Seeker, and look at that. Just like that, we get the first turn Archie's Ace in the hole for Blastoise, drawing some energies. Then I'll use the Deluge to attach an energy to the Keldeo, use another Deluge, attach another energy. Then I'll use the Acrobike, and I think I'll go for the Keldeo. You really need that. To have all 3 Keldeos in the Yveltal matchup, it really helps. So right now I probably just let this Execute die. If he survives, I'll just rush in. And yes, we're in a really good spot. All we need is some energies to attack, and looks like I was right. My opponent does run Yveltal with Hoopa and Mewtwo. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so my opponent has a lot of attackers right now, which can be really dangerous because he can really get that revenge on me with Evil Ball if I charge a Keldeo up with too many energies. But my opponent has a lot of EXs here, so if I can get a Regice going, it will be really helpful. Okay, let's see. I'll use the Propagation to get the Execute going. I'll use the Ultra Ball to discard these 2 and search for another Keldeo just to have it, and go for the Professor Juniper. Let's see, I want to get another energy there. Let's use the Battle Compressor, discard another energy. Let's see, do we want to discard anything else? Probably not. I'll discard the energy, I'll use the Propagation again, then I'll use the Superior Energy Retrieval, discard the Execute, and let me think, probably the Juniper, get my 4 energies in the hand. Now, how many energies do I need? Right now I do 50, 70, 90, 100, so I need 110, 130, 150, 170. So what I'll do is I'll attach a Muscle Band, then use the Delusion to attach 3 energies to this Keldeo. Right now it should do 170 damage. Let's see, 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 150, 170. That should work. Then I'll use the Deluge to attach an energy to the Blastoise. Use the Shaman EX to draw some extra cards. And the Fignet right here, I'll rush in and knock out this Yveltal for 170 damage, taking 2 prizes. And look at that, this deck is really fast and really strong. A really fun deck that can work really well, but can also be really dangerous. My opponent sends out the Mewtwo, which means he probably does have a DCE in his hand. Yes, he does. Now, will a DCE knock me out? Yes, I didn't think so. So he doesn't knock me out just yet, and I do knock him out. So what I'll do is lay down the Rough Sea, heal up my Pokemon a little bit, and my opponent quits. Okay, cool. So that was a really fast game. As you can see, the deck is really strong. It can sometimes get stuck if you can't get that Archie on the first turn, but it's still a really strong deck. And I think I'll go for another game. So let's, well, I'll stop the recording and I'll see you in the next game. Let's go.